we're gonna draw the Yin Yang symbol, and we're gonna use a broomstick as sort of like a ruler, and then a piece of string and a chalk. And we're gonna have the company of my neighbor's dog, because my neighbor's dog's out here barking every time I come out. In order to draw a circle, we have our string, and I tied a knot where the center will be of my circle, and I drew a spot to keep track of where the center will be. So I'm going to put the knot on the center, and I'm going to rotate it all the way around without moving my thumb so that the center stays fixed. And now we have that perfect circle. In fact, because the center that I have is on the line on the cement, it actually draws the diameter, but I'm going to draw that anyway. So if you have a crack or a straight line in your driveway, that would be a good place to put the center. Then you wouldn't really need to draw it, but I'm going to draw the diameter. So the diameter is going to go from one side to the other, and it's going to make sure it touches the center. So I like to put my chalk down and then adjust the ruler or the broom, and that makes sure that the line is more accurate and lined up with the center. So the idea of the yin yang is now going to be, this is our center, it's going to be a circle half the size here and a circle half the size here. So one thing we could do actually to find the center, we cut this first diameter in half, so we now want the center of this, what we would call the radius, this half. So I could take my string, measure it, and then fold my string, because remember, if we fold the string, it gives us the center. So we can mark that spot. So again, you measure it with your string, and then you fold those two end spots in half. That will give you the center. Later on, in fact, we're going to use a half of that. So we're going to go ahead and find the center and mark it just to have that ready. So again, I'm going to measure from the edge of the circle to this new spot we found with my string, fold it in half, and now I have the center of that line, because that's going to help us make the eyes of the fish, the yin yang fish. So to complete our yin yang, what we're going to do is we're going to have the center of our next circle at the spot we found. And in fact, if we measure from that spot to the center, we're going to be able to draw a semicircle or a half circle down here. But while I have that measurement, I'm going to move it over and mark the center here. So now I have the center of both of the radiuses, the center of this half and the center of this half. And then half of that we have right here. So I'm going to take this marking, and again I'm going to put the chalk in the center and put my thumb right on that center spot, and we're going to just arc it down to make a semicircle or a half circle. To complete the yin yang, we go to the other side and we repeat that, only instead of making the circle here, we're going to continue it going up here. So again, we'll measure the center with our chalk on the spot we mark, and now we have the yin yang fish. Now we need to find the eyes, or make the eyes. It'll be one eye here and one eye there. So the distance we find for that eye would be that 1/8 of the original diameter here. See, we had the original diameter, we cut it in half. Cut it in half again, that's a quarter. Cut it in half again, that's an 1/8. So I'm going to measure that amount and then go to the eyeball and draw my circle. Oops, I lost the spot. And again, having that same amount, I'm going to make an eyeball on this side. I'll be a little bit more careful not to move my thumb. So the one benefit of using a crack in the cement or a line in the cement is we really don't want this line. You could take a wet paper towel and wet one side, or if you're going to choose two colors, you can color over it. Maybe I'll make this eye blue and the rest of this blue. Maybe I'll make this gold and the rest of this gold. And that will be a basic yin yang symbol. And we can take a look at it from the side. And then I'll quickly color it in. But that's the basic yin yang symbol.